Good morning everyone. It's currently just before 7 o'clock in the morning and I am over at the house with a very needy dog, as you can see. Let me just put her on my lap. You wanna come here? You wanna come here? Oh, yeah, it's just before 7. We left the house about half an hour ago, 40 minutes ago, and we've just pulled up at the house. I'm just so tired this morning because stupidly I didn't get to sleep till about midnight last night, and then because I knew I had to be up early and I'd be tired, I kept waking up. I was up at like 4, 5, double checking that I hadn't slept through my alarm. But anyway, we're here now and I'm just waiting for a delivery of some parts for our ensuite bathroom because they are being delivered between 6 AM and 8 AM today, and the builders don't get here till 8. So Rue and I have had to come over to the house this morning, hence why I look exhausted and also like an egg, because there was no time to wash my hair this morning, was there, sweetheart? But I thought while we were waiting I could go into the house. I've actually not been to the house for a few days. The builders have now been there for, well, they started like a couple of weeks ago, but really the main work started this week. Oh, it's raining. That's ruined our plan a little bit, hasn't it? I've not been in the house yet, but I thought we could go in and see what progress has been made. And then we've got a few other house bits to do today, haven't we? I've got to go to a kitchen meeting this afternoon because we're finalising the details on our kitchen. I have so many updates on the house and just generally like life updates to give you. But I'm going to do that tomorrow when I have a bit more time, because today I'm running from like appointment to appointment. So when I have a bit more time tomorrow, I will actually sit down with you and just explain like what on earth is going on, because yeah, there are like life updates that tie into the house updates and timelines and just a whole load of stuff to talk to you about, and things that have gone wrong and things that have changed, and there's just a lot of updates. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Rhea was not impressed when I woke her up at 6 AM today. Were you, sweetheart? No. Oh. So yeah, should we go inside and see what's new? I'm just going to quickly take you around today, and then like I said, tomorrow I'll do like a full explanation of everything that's going on. Let's go have a look. Are you excited to see your home? Oh. No, where are you going? Just found out we've got a skip. This is our second skip. All their plumbing bits just arrived. So this is our ensuite shower tray, which looks quite big actually because it's quite a small ensuite. That'll be the shower door, and then I think the toilet is maybe in there. Yeah, and then like the toilet and some other bits. So this room is pretty much unchanged still, because we wanted at least one room that wasn't a total building site that we could just put some stuff in, or like we can sit and have lunch in if we're here or whatever. So for now this is the same. This fireplace that was in the kitchen, this is now going in our bedroom upstairs. The builders are literally going to be here anytime now, and I do not have the confidence to film in front of them. But just to show you this room now, there's a lot going on in here. So obviously they're holding up the ceilings now with these things. I do not know the technical words, but the ceilings are being held up and this wall has started to be knocked out. I imagine probably by the end of the day that will be out. Oh, the basement door is off. That's what that door is. I was wondering what that was. And then from this angle, they've obviously started taking out this archway as well, because all of this will be gone. And then this skylight here as well, this is being replaced because I don't know if you can, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, what is that? What is that? Is that like a nest? Oh God, is that like a nest of something? Because we had these little ones here. Oh God, no, this house is, do you see these little ones here that are wasp nests? Honestly, what on earth is that? That's really scaring me. I'm gonna leave. So that's the state of this room. It's like full building site mode, isn't it, sweetheart? It's probably not safe for your feet, but let's go upstairs, see what's happening, because I know the ensuite has started to be put in. I can't even talk you through it without telling you like the updates and stuff. I really can't talk you through each room, so I'm just gonna really quickly do this today. But in this room, we now have, this is just the pipes that go to the new bathroom, which is on the top floor. Other than that, not much has changed in here, but basically to hide these pipes, we're dropping the whole ceiling down. So because these ceilings are like ridiculously high anyway, so we really won't notice. It will just be not even a foot, but just a little bit lower in here. And then nothing's really changed in there. I'll show you that tomorrow. Yeah, this is weird. No one knows what this is made of in the hallway, so that's interesting. Oh, really, this is quite dangerous for your feet. Careful. And then in this room at the top, obviously this is where the new ensuite will go. So this is actually a drawing the plumber did. So I can kind of show you what our ensuite will be. Obviously this is the shower, which will be here on this side. And then the toilet will be on this side. And then there'll be like a little sink here, which we've chosen, and they're all waiting downstairs. We're going quite traditional with this house just because that's the kind of thing that I like. It's not really my taste to go super modern, and also I don't think it's very in keeping with the house. By the time I bring you here tomorrow or the day after, there should be a bit more to see because, like I said, the builders have only really started like 2 days ago. So by the end of the week, if we come again, maybe like Thursday, Friday, there should be no wall in the kitchen and there should be a lot more to see. So we'll do that in a couple of days, but I just thought I might as well bring you along today as I'm here, and I wanted to bring you along to the kitchen meeting this afternoon anyway. But that's where we're currently up to on, what's today, Tuesday, and then we will see where we're at the end of the week. Right, so what I need to do now is go around and pick where all of the sockets for the entire house need to go, because the electrician's coming today and he's going to do like first fix electric stuff. You know that massive nest thing? I asked my dad what that was, and apparently it's a massive, massive wasp nest. So isn't that just delightful? But to be honest, I'm glad it's not something worse, like a spider's nest or something, because I would be out of that front door if it was anything to do with spiders. So let's go mark some sockets. Like, who left me in charge of this? Where are you? Rue? Rue? Hey, Rue? Excuse me, look at this dog. Why are you peeking at me? Why are you peeking at me? Okay, we're back in the car. I've actually been home and had lunch in the meantime. I've quickly got changed. I ended up having a really big meeting with the builder this morning in the end. So I actually have even bigger updates, life updates, news to tell you at the end of the week. It probably seems like I'm doing this in a really backwards order, but it's just because I don't actually have time to sit down today and like properly talk you through everything that's gone on in the last couple of weeks, all the big changes that are coming, and I just want to tell the story properly, otherwise none of it will make sense. When I spoke to the builder this morning, it sounds like an awful lot is going to change this week, which will be really nice because you've seen how it is today and then you'll see how it is. I'll try and film maybe on like Friday or something. So I'm just on the way to the kitchen meeting now. In the end, we did go with the cheaper kitchen company, like, which will make a lot more sense when I tell you kind of like what's been going on and what's changed and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, it just made so much more sense. So the company we've gone with is Howden's. It feels like I've had about 4 days in one and it's only 1 o'clock. So just forgive me if I'm not making sense or saying things twice. But it's more of like an off-the-shelf kitchen. Like, obviously it's customizable to your space and they are doing a few things for us. But it's not a bespoke kitchen, which is what we were going for before. Still a solid wood kitchen. It's a really, really good compromise. So that's where I'm heading to now. I've not actually seen like the finalised designs. I've also not had the scary part, which is the finalised quote. So that's what we're doing now. I don't know if I can like film because I just feel like that's not this guy's vibe. What I will do is I'll take loads of pictures and stuff on my phone so that I can at least show you like a sneak peek when I do get back into the car. I'll see you when we are at or after the kitchen meeting.
No, the I'm not so sure.
I don't know what I can show you as much as I want to show you the whole thing right now. I also don't want to completely ruin it. But I did take a picture of this. So you see the cupboards at the top there. That's like the cupboard doors that we've gone for. Not in that colour though. So for example, we've got some really lovely built-in kind of pantry units like this that are wooden. And tonight I'll be making choices on stuff like the handles for the doors, which again, this is probably exactly what we'll go for to give you another little idea. And then there's a few other really fun things like which integrated washing machine and dishwasher and stuff we want to go for. And Kenny needs to pick our range master as well. And that is what we're doing this afternoon. I feel like that's kind of all the house updates for today, I think, although you never know because our builder just calls us and says I need to do this by tomorrow morning, and then Kenny and I have to go over to the house. So if we do go over to the house tonight, I'll obviously take you, but if not, I will pick back up with you at the end of the week when hopefully there's lots and lots of changes to show you at the house. Good morning everyone, it is Saturday morning. I've just got to the house. There's actually plumbers working on the top floor of the house, so I've shut myself in here so I can have a big chat with you. I didn't expect anyone to be here today, but it's good that they are because things are moving on. Before I show you what's changed over the week, because it's actually quite a lot has changed in the last few days, so before I show you that, I thought I'd sit down and just bring you up to speed with everything that's been going on, because if you saw the first... That sounds like our entire ceiling's just caved in. But I'm sure it hasn't. If you saw the very first house video I did, which was literally just telling you that we bought a house and that it was a renovation project, you will know it has been a long time since there was like a proper house update. And if you follow my house... This is going to be harder than I thought. If you follow my house account, you'll also know that that was pretty like radio silent for the last couple of months. The reason for that is because basically in January we were in a position where we thought we were probably never going to live in this house because there were some things going on in the background, just like life stuff, that meant that we thought we were going to have to move before we ever got a chance to get into this house. So we had a long period of time of not knowing what to do with the house, because obviously how we would do the house for us to live in it is different to how we would do the house if it was going to be sold or rented out or something like that. Just obviously like we, you know, there'd be like that extra attention to detail kind of thing. So yeah, basically in January we thought there was a good chance we'd be moving and we'd actually never live in this house. Obviously that move did not have to happen in the end, so we're still up in Manchester. So the current update, everybody, is we are, believe it or not, moving in here in 3.5 weeks. Like when you're watching this, today is Saturday, you will see this tomorrow, and it will be 3.5 weeks until us, Rue, all of our stuff is in this house, which I cannot quite believe, and you also will not be able to believe when I show you. Well, I mean, you saw the house at the beginning of the week, so you know roughly the position. However, there are people here every single day. The plumbers are here today, the builders have been in all week in a little team, the electricians have been here, and it is all happening. It is all happening really quickly, as you'll see today. So by no means will this house be finished in 3.5 weeks, but we should have a working kitchen, the ensuite should be finished, and 2 bedrooms at least should be completely finished, carpeted, painted, the whole lot in 3.5 weeks, so that we've got somewhere to sleep, somewhere to put our stuff, somewhere to eat, and obviously a bathroom to use. Going to be an adventure if nothing else, living in partly a building site, isn't it? You're probably going to hate it, but you've got a garden. There's going to be lots of work to do, but there's some projects that I'm excited that we can kind of get stuck into ourselves once we do live here, just things like the garden and stuff like that. But there is one final update, and that is we don't know how long we're going to live in this house. We are now definitely going to live in this house, but there is a good chance that that will now be for a very short amount of time. And when I say a very short amount of time, I mean a very short amount of time. That could change still, but it's definitely looking likely that we won't be here for very long at all, which is why with decisions like the kitchen, instead of going with our hearts and getting like this beautiful bespoke kitchen, we've had to make more sensible choices. We still really want to get it right and make it into a really beautiful home. It's just things that we were going to go realistically over the top on. We won't do that on this home. That will be for our next adventure, which may well be happening a lot sooner than we thought. One thing is for sure, and that is that this year is not going to be a boring year. So I'm excited to just share all of it with you and just see how life unfolds for us this year. But yeah, so with all of that being said, I'm going to show you around this house that we are definitely moving into in 3.5 weeks. When you see the house, you'll probably think we're insane, but we're finally at the really exciting stage with this house where there's going to be really regular updates here on YouTube, over on Instagram, and we're making like fun choices, and things will start to be installed and the house will just start to come together a bit. So hi! So let's go look around. Okay, so the main update is in here, it's in the kitchen, because the wall is finally out so that we can see what we're dealing with. So let me show you. Yay! So obviously the wall was out here before, that's now been taken all the way back to here. And then these big things are supporting the ceiling, ready to put the supporting beam across there. And then we will finally have the full open room to see what we're dealing with. And then over here, the Oh, I didn't even notice that. But we've got this fully open now because this is going to be where our Rangemaster cooker goes. So this will kind of be the centre of the kitchen. I think I've explained this before, but this room will essentially be the kitchen. There will be a big island here, and then through here will be mostly a dining room with like some other bits and pieces across there. And then obviously the door will go back on the basement. But this does actually make the biggest difference because when we were in here the other night and it was kind of like sunset sort of time, like 5 o'clock, the light literally came all the way across here, like the sun was all the way across here, so it's going to make a huge difference. But it's nice just to be able to see the actual shape of the room. I think it's really hard to tell the scale of a room, but it is a really good size room now that that's out, and it feels really light and it just feels really nice in here. I'm going to try and go upstairs and show you what's happening up there, but they're literally working and I do not have the confidence to get the camera and talk in front of them, so I might take really quickly over the road to the park, and then when I get back I'll show you upstairs because I think they might be gone. I had to wait like 2 hours to film this last clip, so Rue and I have been for a walk, I've been for a cup of tea, and now I'm home. They've just left to let me show you what's changed up here. So in this room, they've now started putting the new ceiling in place. So obviously that's how much ceiling height we've lost, which is maybe a foot, maybe not even quite a foot, but it's not much anyway. And obviously they've started like boxing in the ceiling here. We had to drop the ceiling to hide this pipe work because obviously the ensuite is up there. But to be honest, these are all the biggest jobs in the house that are now being done. So it does give me hope that we will eventually get there. And then if I just take you through, nothing will have changed in here, I don't think. Although, what is that? Oh, that's just because they've been chopping in here. So then if I take you upstairs, so the walls are now up for the ensuite, so you can kind of see a bit more what it's going to look like. Obviously, you know, it needs to be plastered and all of that kind of stuff. And then today, this is what they were doing. They were putting the shower tray. That's a really good size shower tray actually. And then we've got the pipework for the toilet over here. We've got the pipework for the sink here. That sticks out quite far. I don't know how these things work, but you know, and we've got the shower and the sink and stuff just sitting downstairs waiting to go in. And one thing I'm really happy about is this is still a really good size up here. It's a really weird house. I wonder if anything's happening here. They've obviously been running water through the pipes, I think, like just checking that it's all watertight and whatever. I don't know who's been up there. Rue's just growling out of the window. You don't even live here yet. You can't be territorial. Monkey. Yeah, one of the weird things about this house is that all of the bedrooms are really big. Like, it's not a huge house at all because obviously it's quite a narrow kind of like townhouse situation, but Rui, enough. But all the bedrooms are a really good size, and the ceiling height really helps, I think, as well. And now that the kitchen is all one room, I really don't think you get the scale of things on a video, because one of my friends was saying that she thought it was like smaller from the video, I don't know. But I can see that the kitchen's gonna be a really good size as well, which I'm really glad about. I've just got home, I'm cooking some pasta, which is what all the noise and all the messes in the background, because it was freezing in the house and we were there for like way longer than we thought. It really feels like winter again. Like for a while, it kind of felt like spring was on the way. I'm just on my phone trying to find out what the actual temperature is. 4 degrees, that is actually pretty cold. I'm gonna put you here. They are all the house updates. It's all happening. It's gonna be a very full-on but very exciting few weeks. So I'm gonna sign off today's video here and just leave this as like a very specific house vlog update thing. And then on Wednesday this week, there will be our London vlog. And then next Sunday, I'm going to do a big thorough spring reset. Now that we're in March and also ahead of the house move, you know, I just feel like getting everything in order. Anyway, I'm probably burning my veggies behind me, so I'm going to sign off here. But thank you so much for being here. I will leave my home Instagram on the screen here, and have the best few days, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye guys.